We chose to work with parks because they are the most highly used leisure resource in the city, which means that actually the impact of our project could reach more people than potentially working with any other kind of network or any other community sort of issue.
Because parks and wild spaces are always under threat. There are always developments that will take those spaces away. And in an age of austerity where budgets have been cut, it's ever more important that people signal the importance they attach to green spaces in the urban environment.
Core components of it were an app that we created. So some of our students worked with members of staff, researchers, one of our local kind of SMEs that's a specialist in locative technology, to make an app that means that anybody who lives in the city or visits the city can find their local park or the nearest park or green space to them. They can search by the features they want. So if they need to go somewhere that has disabled access, if they want to go somewhere that's got heritage features, they can search for those. That information just wasn't available before. We created a crowdsourced digital photo archive celebrating the parks and green spaces that we have in the city. Again, there was nowhere that had a central resource where you could really see the strength and variety, if you like, of the amazing spaces that are accessible to people who live in the middle of a very densely populated area. We had architecture students who worked with a group to look at a building that really was semi-derelict in the middle of a park, but could have in fact been used and is now being used as a fantastic resource and an asset for the community. Graphic design students worked with one parks group to develop the sort of brand and the logo and all of those things for a community business, which is a thriving community cafe in what was previously a derelict yard in the centre of a park in the city.
The training courses, the one that Susan went on from our own group, Friends of Troopers Hill, was about developing apps for use in parks, and I think that's something that probably many park groups, ours included, had never even thought of as a way of promoting parks. It's how you interact with younger people and get them more involved, and that's real benefit, I think, to try and get the younger people involved in parks and working with us.
It's really helped us to become more up to date with ways of contacting people and really sharing the expertise that is in the small group that we have. There is so much knowledge about the park, there's so much of a variety of information that people know, and being able to share that with people through the app and through other forms of technology has been really kind of pushed us into updating the website, it's pushed us into creating a Facebook page, it's really kind of expanded our knowledge.
What it did do was capture the imagination of students, of staff, and of people who wouldn't necessarily, I think, previously have considered themselves to be engaged in issues around environmental sustainability. Whereas now there's a pride and a confidence in talking about that around the role of parks and the importance of them that I think's really remarkable in terms of some kinds of behaviour change.
In terms of sustainability, at heart, this is about making the Bristol City region a more sustainable place through the efforts, the knowledge and the enthusiasm of the university staff and students. And it is doing that in an imaginative and an exciting way.
There is interest within these communities and within institutions to really bring this to the forefront with this mixture of history, environment, community. It's something that I'm very interested in being a part of, and it's been fantastic so far.